Hello, everyone. Good morning and happy Monday. So, today we're going to be talking about one of our favorite things technology, our phones and our computers, things that make our lives undeniably so much easier and more convenient and create a lot of opportunities for all of us, right? But also, when we don't know how to use it properly, it can actually cost our brain a lot of resources. And that might be the very reason why, seemingly not accomplishing a lot more than other people, you might be feeling more tired and fatigued at the end of the day. And that doesn't allow you to perhaps do your favorite hobbies. Maybe you'd like to do some sport or music, but you just get back home and you don't feel like doing much at all. Or it might not be allowing you to read all the books to engage your curiosities or to get better at what you do. Or you just don't feel like showing up for your social life or family or friends. At the end of the day, what would happen to me when I didn't know how to use my technology, how to structure my workflow, brain in a brain friendly way. So what would happen to me personally is that at the end of the day, I would feel so tired and exhausted and wiped out that I couldn't imagine doing anything else on top of that. In the evenings, I would feel like I was cognitively impaired. Like that was the limit of my brain, right? And I couldn't read all the books that I wanted to read to get better as a brain performance coach. I couldn't do any of the hobbies like music or crafts that I love so much. I couldn't imagine myself going out and doing something socially active, or going out and doing rollerblading or surfing if I'm in the area where I can do that. I just felt like at night at about 6, 7 p.m., that was the limit. I was done. I just wanted to sit on the couch, maybe listen to some music, maybe watch TV, but do something very, very low key. And I knew that that shouldn't be the case. Like, shouldn't I be able to last throughout my day, all of my waking hours? And until I learned how our brain works and how to structure my day, when to work, when to take breaks, how many breaks, what kind of breaks, and yes, how to use my phone and technology. Until I learned all these practices, I couldn't figure this out. And once I figured it out, it's like I'm going 100% from dawn to dusk, right? At least that's how it felt to me. I finally felt like I was almost limitless. Like I can structure my day as I want, and I would have enough energy and mental capacity and also motivation and like this zestful living to last throughout the day and get done whatever it is I needed to get done, and then just peacefully go to bed, recharge, rinse, repeat. So, practical value. Let me first read you something from Science and Popular Science magazine, something about what specifically multitasking. When we, for example, you innocently check your phone, you might check for messages, for Slack, for Discord, or maybe it's on your computer. Maybe you check your social media, right? And you do it every 10, 15 minutes. You think, well, it doesn't matter that much, right? Doesn't mean anything. It doesn't contribute to my productivity or effectiveness or how much energy I have. So let me read you something. Asking the brain to shift attention from one activity to another, and that's basically what we do, folks, when we check our phone or email, causes the prefrontal cortex and other parts of the brain, a lot of terms here, burn up oxygenated glucose, the same fuel they need to stay on task. So your brain literally spends additional energy to just switch from one task to another. And again, checking your phone is switching. Now, let me read you another extract. Gershild, it's the last name of the scientist, discovered that the amount of time it takes for the brain to react is slower when it alternates between different tasks than when it repeats the same tasks. This loss of time is one of many switch costs. And again, every time we check our email, every time we check technology, every time we engage with our phone, that's task switching. That's what actually another passage that I found, interesting and also motivational. Um, the true cost of multitasking. It takes more time to get tasks completed if you switch between them than if you do one at a time. And as much as 50% more time. That's what research shows, folks. You make more errors when you switch than if you do one task at a time. And as much as 50% more errors. So it takes more time for you to accomplish any task. You make 50% more errors. That's a lot of time wasted. If the tasks are complex, then this time and error penalties increase. Each task switch might waste only 1/10 of a second, but if you do a lot of switching in a day, it can add up to a loss of 40%. 40% of your productivity. It's not that you don't have it or you need additional day off, just you lose 40% of that. Another piece of research from the University of Chicago, brain drain, the mere presence of one's phone. This phone, folks, so I'm compromising my brain's capacity to do its job. So the mere presence of one's own smartphone reduces available cognitive capacity. And yes, folks, even if the sound is off, even if it faces down, it still costs your brain cognitive capacity. So they did this research, they put the phone right by the side of a person working, then a little bit away, somewhere like in the bag or on the next chair, a little bit away, but still visible. And then they put it completely away, like somewhere where the participant was not aware of it. And so people performed much better on cognitive tasks when the phone was completely away, somewhere in the middle, when it was still visible, but a little bit away. And their cognitive performance was trashed when the phone was right there by their side. So it's not, questionable now that phone interferes with your cognitive ability to do productive work. It's science, it's research, and actually a lot of my clients and people I work with tell me that they find it much easier to concentrate on a task like reading a book or writing something when the phone is somewhere else. Even better if everything is off, it's in airplane mode. So people do better, faster, and they feel like they're smarter when the phone is away. And again, it's not just a placebo effect, it's actual thing that happening to your brain. Scientists say that it's probably because you do so much with that phone and so many things depend on it that your brain, as an important thing, it always manages that phone. Maybe there is something like a notification or somebody's calling or message, like whether you think of it or not, your brain is doing that. So I wanted to read you these things and make you realize, folks, that again, you might be losing, like on average, at least 40% of your productivity. It's costing your energy. Like this, episode is about energy. So it's not like you have less energy than somebody else. You're just wasting like 40% of it on task switching and managing your technology. So by putting your phone away, maybe in some storage room, maybe leaving in your car, or figure out the solution. There is always a solution. By doing one task at a time, batching things like your email or your communication, and just doing one thing at a time, you're going to be getting back like 40% of your energy. Isn't that freaking amazing? And that, of course, explains my personal story, why I never feel fatigue at night anymore, even though I haven't changed anything but work on one freaking thing at a time. If I decide to check my email, then it's 2 times per day. If I check my phone, it's in 3-hour intervals, and I just work on one thing at a time. And now I don't feel fatigued and burned out, even though I do a lot of things throughout my day. My work day usually starts at 7 a.m. and it usually doesn't finish till 5:30. I take breaks. But folks, again, that was the reason why I now read a lot more books. I do hobbies. I meet a lot more people, and just my life feels fuller. Like I have my brain's capacity to last me through the whole day. And I find it very fascinating, and I think more people should be aware of that. And a lot of these studies actually not even that new, like some of them are even 10-year old. But I think because we use technology so much more in our daily lives, it just more people are feeling the result of that, of improper usage. And I do social media. I have Instagram and TikTok, and posts about fatigue, evening fatigue and burnout are always the most popular. It doesn't matter what I say. And it just shows me that there is this problem. And if you are experiencing the same effect, like at night, you're cognitively impaired and you can't do much, even though you want to read, you want to do hobbies, you want to engage with your life, but you're totally exhausted. That's not necessarily because that the limit of your resources and you again need more time off. It might be simply because you're not using your technology, your phone the right way, the brain-friendly way. And that's what I wanted to share with you today, folks. Tomorrow, stay tuned for another piece of that cost you energy, burnout, fatigue in your day. So there is more neuroscience research, and there are a couple of more aspects to your workflow to be truly high performing, to be performing at your potential. That all it matters. Are you doing your best? Like nobody else matters, but are you doing your best? So tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, stay tuned for another live me talking about neuroscience of high performance workflow. And by the way, also this Friday, I'm doing a workshop where I'm going to be talking about all of these things and many more. And there are going to be bonuses. My high performance tribe is going to be there at 12 p.m. Eastern this Friday. And the link to sign up for this absolutely free workshop is under this video. So folks, you have a lot more capacity and talent in your brain. Use it. And technology might not be your friend, not unless you learn how to use it for good. So stay tuned tomorrow for more causes of premature brain fatigue. Sign up for our workshop, High Performance Workflow, on Friday, and have an awesome Monday. Get some shit done.